All right, so today we're doing a deep dive on something that might be really valuable to you if you're looking for ways to boost your retirement
Oh,
savings.
recently.
But you're maybe a little bit nervous about the risks of the market.
Yeah, a lot of people are in that situation, I think.
Exactly. So this is the Delaware Life PrimeStart Bonus 10 Fixed Index Annuity. And
Right.
we got some info on this from Diversified Insurance Brokers, and they specialize in this type of annuity. And this one looks like
Oh, nice.
it has some features that are pretty special.
Yeah.
Um, Basically, the idea with this is you get the potential for growth
Mm-hmm.
that's linked to the market, but with a safety net.
Right.
So it's kind of like a hybrid approach.
Yeah, getting the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And there's a little something extra, too, to kind of kick things off.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
So one of the things that really jumped out at me with this annuity is they offer a 10% premium bonus.
Wow, 10%. That's pretty significant.
It is, especially if you're feeling like you're a little bit behind on your retirement savings.
Oh, yeah, it's a good way to get a jump start.
Yeah, this could help you get back on track or even accelerate what you've already been doing.
It's like a booster shot for your nest egg.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like a tiny percentage on just a small part of your money.
Right.
This bonus applies to all the payments that you make within the first 60 days.
Oh, wow. So there's a bit of a time crunch there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It does seem like they want you to get in on this pretty quickly.
It does make you wonder who they're targeting with that kind of timeline.
Yeah. Who is this really designed for?
Maybe people who are closer to retirement and want to put in a big chunk of money at once.
That's a good point. Yeah, someone who is maybe looking to maximize their contributions in a shorter time frame.
Exactly, like a last-minute push to boost those savings before retirement hits.
Yeah, kind of like a fast track to a bigger nest egg.
Exactly.
So, we were talking about getting the most out of your money.
Yeah.
I noticed this annuity calculates the index performance from the lowest daily value within the first 90 days.
Oh, that's interesting. So why would that matter to someone?
Well, the market, as we know, can be really unpredictable.
Definitely.
And so this feature, starting at that lowest point in those 90 days, it really helps kind of mitigate the risk of buying high.
Right. So even if the market goes up and down a lot right after you buy in,
Yeah.
you're still starting from that lower point. So it's like you're getting a bit of a discount.
Yeah, you're not buying at the peak and then watching things go down.
Exactly. That makes a lot of sense.
And what about this FlexLock index account? I saw that in the materials.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
What is that all about?
So that's for the folks who really like things to be predictable.
Okay.
They really want to minimize the risk as much as possible.
Risk-averse folks.
Exactly. And with this flex lock option, you lock in the index rates right at the start.
Oh, okay.
So you know what you're getting, and you're guaranteed that level of protection for the entire surrender period.
Now, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You said surrender period.
Yes.
For those of us who are not fluent in annuity speak,
Of course. Yeah.
what does that mean?
That's a great question. It basically means that during that initial period of time, if you try to take your money out of the annuity, there will be penalties.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's meant to encourage people to really think long term.
Keep it in there.
Right. Keep it in there for the long haul.
All right, so we've talked about the bonus, the risk management part of it,
Hmm.
but what about the growth potential? Like, what options do people actually have?
Yeah. That's the exciting part.
Yeah,
So this annuity gives you access to a really good mix of different indices.
okay.
So you've got the S&P 500, which a lot of people are familiar with.
Yeah.
Then you have the Goldman Sachs Canopy Index, the first Trust Capital Strength Barclays 10% Index. And
Oh, those are a mouthful.
yeah, and then the Franklin SG Select Index. So it's a pretty diverse range.
Yeah.
And what that means is you can actually participate in different parts of the market.
Okay.
So you're not just limited to one specific area.
And I see they also have these things called index crediting strategies.
Right.
Point-to-point, participation rate, and performance trigger.
Yes, these are important to understand.
Can you break those down for us without getting too technical? Because I'm already
Of course.
kind of losing it a little.
No, I understand. So basically, these strategies are just different ways of figuring out how much money you're going to make based on how well the index does.
Okay.
So for example, let's say you choose the point-to-point strategy.
Mhm.
That means they just look at the difference between what the index was worth at the beginning and what it's worth at the end of the term.
Oh, okay.
And that difference is what determines your return.
All right.
Then you've got the participation rate, which is basically a percentage.
Okay.
So let's say the index goes up by 10%, but your participation rate is 50%.
Mm-hmm.
That means you'd only get half of that growth, so 5%.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the performance trigger, which sets a certain level that the index has to reach before you get any interest at all.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a hurdle that the index has to clear.
So like all or nothing.
Kind of, yeah. So each of these strategies has its own advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
And it really depends on your own personal risk tolerance and how much you're hoping to earn.
So it sounds like there's a lot of flexibility in how you can tailor this annuity to what you need.
Exactly.
Speaking of flexibility, I saw something about a 10% annual withdrawal option.
Oh, yes, that's a great feature.
How does that work?
So basically, after the first year, you can take out up to 10% of your money every year without having to pay those surrender charges.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it gives you some access to your money if you need it for something.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
And I also noticed that they mention nursing home and terminal illness waivers.
Yeah, those are important for peace of mind.
What are those all about?
Well, they're basically exceptions to the surrender charges.
Okay.
So if something unexpected happens and you need to get your money out of the annuity, they waive those penalties.
Okay.
So for example, if you need money for long-term care in a nursing home,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're diagnosed with a terminal illness, you can usually withdraw your money without any penalty.
So it adds like a layer of security for unexpected things in life.
Exactly. It's there to protect you in those difficult situations.
Okay, so we've covered the bonus, the risk management features, the growth potential, the flexibility.
It's a lot to consider.
It is a lot. But how does this all fit into the bigger picture of estate planning?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest advantages of this annuity for estate planning is that it has a full accumulation value death benefit.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means that if something happens to you, your beneficiaries will get the entire value of the annuity
Wow.
without any of those surrender charges that we talked about.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a really powerful way to make sure that your loved ones are taken care of.
Especially if you're concerned about leaving a legacy
Absolutely.
for your family.
Right. You want to make sure your hard-earned money goes where you want it to go.
Exactly. And I see you can also convert this into a stream of lifetime payments.
Yes, that's another option for people who are looking for guaranteed income throughout their retirement.
So you know you're not running out of money.
Exactly.
Oh.
It provides that predictability and security that a lot of people want in their retirement years.
So listeners, I mean, it's clear this annuity has a lot to offer, but like with any financial product, you've really got to figure out if it's the right fit for your own needs.
Definitely. One size doesn't fit all.
Yeah, this deep dive was really just a starting point.
A jumping off point.
Exactly. And it might be worth exploring further.
Absolutely.
Maybe even talking to a financial advisor
Yeah, they can help you see the bigger picture.
to see if it lines up with your overall retirement plan.
Right, because it's all connected.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand with your retirement savings?
Yeah, that's the first question.
What level of risk are you comfortable with?
How much uncertainty can you handle?
And what are your long-term financial goals?
What does your ideal future look like?
Yeah, if you keep those questions in mind as you're doing your research, it'll help you make the most informed decision
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
for your future.
For your future. That's right.
All right, that's it for our deep dive today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, always a pleasure.
Until next time.
See you later.